Good evening, everyone. I hope y'all didn't think I was not gonna go live tonight because I did not post the topic or advise you to set any reminders because I just been having one of those days, but I was for certain was going to show up. And so, welcome to Ginger's Love Live Monday night, is where we focus on embodying love, purpose, and personal growth. And with that personal growth comes with professional alignment. So that's what we're going to get into tonight, just navigating uncertain times. And I will discuss 5 ways on how to um, navigate uncertain times with purpose, because that is what we're about. Purpose, ourselves, and just our well-being. So welcome to Ginger's Love Live. I am Siobhan, your master life coach, and I am transitioning in my own career shift. And so with that being said, I am transitioning to working with career professionals, high potential employees, leaders that may be going through a transition, whether it is from a change of jobs or not feeling fulfilled in a job that you're in, and just wanting to get that alignment. So I am here to get into it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to give people just a moment to jump on before I get into it. So I hope everyone is having a good night tonight. Shout out to my fellow Pisces. It is the month of Pisces, end of February into mid-March. So happy birthday to everyone. Happy birthday. So yes, just going to get into the power of alignment. Navigating. One moment. Greetings. Hello. How are you, Miss Verna? Are you on your way to work or getting ready, or are you there already? Greetings. So, okay, we're going to get into navigating uncertainty, 5 ways to navigate uncertainty with purpose. Hey, family. Hey, hello. So let me get my notes up, because I do plan my lives. Hey, little girly. Hey, Quita girl. So tonight, if what do we do in our professional roles, and why it's so important for us to know who we are, even at work. It's not just about personal growth and being able to navigate through challenges in your personal life, but even when we're going through personal things we having to navigate and find a balance in our personal lives. We still have to show up for work, because that most times is our career, our professional, how we're able to show up for ourselves in a professional setting is gonna affect how we are navigating our personal lives, because life is about stability, being able to sustain a lifestyle, and especially if you have families or just yourself, or your own peace of mind and your own space. Hey, Leslie. Hello. Blessed and highly favored at work. Yes, that is a blessing because I'm seeing it everywhere. If I don't know someone personally, or like I said, myself, I'm just on the news, watching the news. It was a lady being interviewed, going through job loss. And what was deep for me in that was a lot of people find their identity in the work that they do. Some people, that is how they identify who they are and where they see their most value when they're showing up at work. Hello, hello, sissy. So yeah, she was talking about that, and she was the lady that was being interviewed on the news. She was like, when it was so hard for her to tell her kids, that she had lost her job because of the plans that they had. They had planned trips for the year 2025, and with the job loss, she's just not going to be able to afford to do the things that they had planned. So, we can make plans, but we never know what tomorrow will lead. And so with that, now she's having to tell the kids what we had planned for the year has changed. So it's important to know who you are in these times of uncertainty. And it's always a question, it's always a thing of uncertainty when you're not in control of situations, when you're working for someone, or when it has to rely on anyone other than yourself, then it's always uncertainty there because you just don't know. And sometimes people can be blindsided because they have a comforter, they have invested so much in a job that they are blindsided when something happens. And so it is like, what's my next move, what I'm going to do? It's a panic. You can panic. So the first thing we will want to do is not panic, and you will be prepared if you are aligned with who you truly are and know your values, know what it is that you have to work with, so you can pivot in that time where you can be able to adjust and with confidence and with clarity, even though it may feel uncertain. And also that's where your faith come in at as well. Not only faith in the Lord above that will open doors for you, but also faith in yourself and your ability and what you have and what you've been doing, where you can carry on and you can stand on that and have confidence in your ability to pivot and to be able to change in those times. Lord. Yeah, so it can be, challenging. So with all that's been going on, and just dealing with life already. So we already deal with enough in our daily lives, in our day-to-day lives. We have to handle, stressors, just because of how many roles, how many hats that some of us wear just in our everyday lives. So not imagining taking that type of stability, from you. So one of the first things is in those situations, in those uncertain times, is to not panic and just think about the purpose. Think about who you are. And that's why I started for so many years, is just starting out, is being able to, you're delayed, is just starting out on my journey of entrepreneurship and just getting in alignment because I wasn't feeling fulfilled. Even though that I'm making, a living for myself, it's something that is missing in you when you are not, or you misalign. And so that's a question in the work that you all do. The work that you do you feel fulfilled in your roles, or is it something that is to get by, to make ends meet, or do you feel purposeful in your role and it is a fulfilling, it gives you a sense of fulfillment when you go to work every day? That's a question I want to ask. Did you say it's delayed or you're delayed, sissy? And I'm saying, hey, Miss Janice, I see people. I don't know if it's a delay on my end or what. if that's what you're saying, or you're delayed joining. And it's saying I'm having a connection issue, so I don't know. But yes, I know it can be overwhelming, and in those certain, if you are going through or you just trying to figure out, that can just be an overwhelming feeling of itself. If you are trying to, it keeps stopping. Boo! I don't know what that's all about. Let me see. Yeah, I'm getting a bad connection uh, pop up also. So that's not good. Let me see if I can see it on my other device. What's happening? Oh, I'm glad you heard that question, and thank you for answering that. So you really don't feel fulfilled in a job that you do. Okay, so not feeling fulfilled, in a job, that is something, that is an opportunity for alignment. That is when you want to step back and reflect and see what is missing from that. And I know, like I said, it's when we are working and we get making ends meet, we're going to do what we have to do. That's just how we are able to adapt to whatever, or to overcome whatever we have. We're going to work with what we got, and we're going to make the best of it until we do get to that place. So being in alignment with who you are and what your gifts are, and seeing what doors that open up, that is opportunity. That is definitely an opportunity in that. And it's a reason that you're not feeling fulfilled, because you are misaligned. And we want the work that we do, we want to be aligned with that, so we are fulfilled. And so that is definitely an opportunity. So playing around with, I hate that. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know what I can do. How's it looking now? Is it still buffering? I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I'm not getting any notification of a bad connection or anything. So how's it now? Can I get a thumbs up if it's better? You logged off back on. Does it seem better? I just got a pop up that it's a slow connection. Hey, Jason, if you're still here, it's good, I believe. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. So yes, just being fulfilled, like in a job that you're in, for those of you who are on, or those who will be watching the replay, being in the work that you do every day. If you're not feeling fulfilled in the work that you do every day, that means it's an opportunity for us to step back, for you to step back and put things in perspective. That, like, ask yourself those questions about, when do you feel fulfilled, and when the work that you do. And sometimes we look outside of what's right in front of us for some reason, and I think it could be part of that programming, to where we are disconnected to what we are truly here to do, what our purpose truly is, because we think it's something that aligns with the societal norms. And that is what can keep us away from operating in integrity of what our true purpose is, because it's going to be something natural for you to be able to align with your true self. And so the work that you do, a lot of people that you see that it is successful, that are successful, they are doing things that they love to do. When you hear them, you tell their stories, it's something that was in them that they were able to identify, or their parents was able to identify and feed, and it's something that they love to do. And Eric, I see you on here in your work that you do every day. I would like to say that it's something that you love to do. You love being able to, be on stage and connect with people and make people laugh. So correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't feel fulfilled and when you're doing your shows. But yeah, so it and that is what you want to take time to do, because a lot of the times the why we do feel disconnected from our purpose is because we've always been operating for the purpose of someone else, trading our time for money, for our livelihood, for us to be able to stay afloat and just survive. But you can truly, and just from this, when the spiritual alignment comes in, when you are spiritually aligned and you operating in your purpose and in your, your gifts that God has given you, and you really align and you see that brings clarity, it brings confidence, and it also open up the doors and opportunities for you to navigate into that, onto that path, or navigate into those roles, even if it's within a company with someone. But just knowing who you are and knowing what your strengths are and what you bring to the table is what gets you in alignment of doing work that is fulfilling to you. So just in these times, like the first thing that I'm saying, one way to navigate uncertain times with purpose is knowing what that is. So even if you are in a position that is not so fulfilling, but you know what it is that you want to do, you know why you're doing what you're doing, and you may just be working through the different things or going through the different layers that we have to go through to get in alignment with our true purpose and with ourselves. So everything that we do is fulfilling because we are doing things and making decisions that align with who we truly are. So we won't panic when things happen. That's the most important thing, and that's how you can alleviate a lot of stress, a lot of worry, and a lot of panic, because you're sure of yourself and you sure what your purpose is. So it don't matter if someone else don't see or no longer need you. You will always be able to pivot in those situations. Hey. Hey, Shalina. Hey, everyone that's have joined. Thank you all for joining. And so going into the number two is, I kind of touch base on it, is just identifying who you are and what your unique value is. That is going to be another thing, understanding, because when you don't know what that is how we can end up getting stagnant, staying complacent in jobs that is not fulfilling for us, because we have not identified our strengths. We haven't identified what our true value is, what uniqueness we bring to the table, and that can get lost also when we are continually operating in for someone else, because that person or that organization, they know the value that an employee brings, because our ability, how we are designed, we can learn anything. We can learn anything and we can adjust. And that's why once you are open and understanding, you will start paying attention to what it is that you are bringing to the table. And again, that brings clarity and confidence. SLB and RD. Yes, indeed. So that's one thing. And because no matter what, especially if you not on the road to the academic part of your growth, your personal growth, or your professional development in getting a degree. Getting something that says you've done this work and now you have a degree in this, or you have a certification or whatever. If you've been in the workforce, this is your portfolio. Like, your resume is truly who you are and what you bring to the table. So you want to be 100% in tune with that, like truly knowing and learning how to articulate who you are and what you bring to the table. So that's one thing that we want to do. Mommy, are you here watching you and Dad? So we're talking navigating through uncertain times. And I know you all, my dad was an entrepreneur, growing up. So that was always a thing. My mom always worked, and was in leadership. So it's just in me again. It's just gonna happen. It's where I come from. But having that foundation and that example, did pay the way for me to operate in that. But it was a difference. It was a difference, and I was able to see and identify the difference when I start asking myself, I'm not fulfilled. What is it that am I supposed to be doing? Even though we're successful, we're going to work as far as being able to hold a job down and, like I say, make sure that you're good, your livelihood, you can maintain it. But when are we actually truly thriving in it? And it's hard for you to thrive when you're not really sure, or you're not able to identify your unique value and be confident in it, because you will start to move in that. Hi, Erica. So it's we want to know, we want to identify. Like I said, that lady on the news, she was like that, that's her identity. Her work is her identity. Who else feel like that that's watching? The work that you do that give you meaning or identity of who you are? Or what does it means for you to work? To have a job, or have the ability, to go in and make wherever you are, in your career or in your job in the workforce. How do you identify with that, or how does it make you feel? Yeah, you did, because time be flying by. But it's okay. You're here now. What is it? How do you all feel in the roles? Even if you're not feeling fulfilled, you are doing something, and how do you identify with the work that you do? I don't know if I miss anybody. Welcome everyone who has joined again. Thank you for watching Ginger's Love. So even if you haven't, this is an opportunity. Even if you have not just really reflected and defined what you do on a daily basis, whether again you're feeling fulfilled or not, but just taking a moment to identify that. Even if you have to write it down. I love journaling. That's what I did a lot of, and identifying who I am and recognizing my strengths and my values, because that don't always come out when you're in the workplace. Even though you're doing a job, even though you're meeting or exceeding expectations, sometimes you don't get what you need to really identify the value that you bring to a team. And so if that's the case, you are in that autopilot, just going day to day, just coming in, logging in, doing what you got to do, and leave. But then when it comes down to questioning and asking you about your worth, your value, and the work that you do, are you able to articulate that with confidence, with clarity? Have you taken the time to do that work so you can identify your unique value? And if not, this is an opportunity for you to take that time. Anytime where your mind is wandering and you need something to focus on, use that time to focus on identifying your value and what you bring to the table. And if you don't, that's what I'm here for. I am offering a free clarity call, and I drop my links. It's on my page, and I'll drop it here. If you just want to have a discussion, just to bring clarity about where you are in your career professionally, and just get some type of perspective on that, I am here for you. I want to help you see the value in who you are and what you bring to the table, because you do. Especially if you've been in the workforce, you definitely have skills and experience that you can leverage to be in a position whenever you need to be. So that's very important for you to know that. So just start, and it don't have to be everything, but at least, have that down. So the third thing, that was the second thing. The third thing is just connecting. A lot of us that I see have a entrepreneur spirit. It's something in you, because number one, we don't want to be told what to do. We want our own time. We want to be able to call the shots. Like, we want to boss up. So we are do business, or you just have so many gifts and talents, and God has put visions and ideas in your mind that say, hey, I can do this. And maybe you're already doing it. It's what we call a side hustle, a passion project, or something like that. You may be already doing that, but you can capitalize on that. If it's already in you, it's there for a reason. But it can be slow if, again, you're not fully confident in what it is that you're doing, or you're aligning, or you're not sure. Sometimes that's where that self-doubt come in. And you really, even in business, even in as an aspiring entrepreneur, or just doing something because you can, just hustling, you can change that as well when you align with who you truly are and what you truly want to do, and you've taken the time to put it in perspective. You can also leverage that as well. And it comes again with knowing who you are and making sure that foundation is strong. So again, whatever happened, you're able to adjust. And that's what we want to have. We want to have that balance to where even if something does change, we are grounded enough in who we are and what we bring to the table, to where it's just a next step. Okay, now I see I have to do this. I have to have a new approach to whatever it is that you see. Like I say, you have ideas, you have dreams, and we don't have them for nothing. And I always say dream big, but it's a lot of work you do have to do in yourself. Again, why I started out with just personally needing to find out who I am, because of the distractions, like when it comes to your relationships, your love, your family, your struggles, don't kind of even question who you are. So that's one aspect of your life. And then we have to be able to manage all of that. So we all have I love collaborating with you all, because I know the value that you bring. So I love to have people, on my show and hearing your side of what you're dealing with in our everyday life, and with our everyday issues. I'm back, y'all. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what the problem was. I'm not. It's me. It was user error. It was user error. So, y'all, that was my bad. I'm sorry. I see Tanisha and Ashley has joined. Thank you. Hey, y'all. So I don't know what did y'all hear? I don't know how long that was happening, but I think we're gonna be good from here on out. Cause that was my bad while we were having a bad connection. But yes. so uh so 5 ways we're discussing. I've talked about, being able, just knowing who you are, you're able to shift from panic to purpose, because you always walking and, operating with purpose. And then identifying and owning your unique value. So you have to know what that is, what it looks like. You have to take time, because we are and can be disconnected from that, because that information is not needed when you're doing what someone else needs you to do and not doing what you need to do for yourself. And then just in those opportunities, like those ideas, those what you can do, those business ideas, or those ways that you want to help people, ways that are coming up or coming through you from the universe, or how you can monetize your skills and your experience and your expertise, that is not always just in a job, in the workforce. It is about the people that are moving in that same path, in that same way, that you can connect with and you can collaborate with. And those opportunities, you just never know what's going to open a door. You're there. I'm there. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But yeah, so just taking those opportunities. Like my first time just with Gender's Love, my coaching and consulting business, this year, first time doing the vendor affair. I was able to network with people, meet people all doing their own thing, business. So if it wasn't someone just coming by my table and, saying what I have to offer, I'm talking to, other vendors, there. And that's where those opportunities. So shout out again to the Delicia, my cousin, that holds that space. There's another one coming up. I'm going to be a part of that. You're loved. I'll connect and work with her. Her event is coming up on Saturday. My setup there. So just getting out, because I'm in a new space now. I'm not an employee. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. So it changes for me. I have to put myself out there and connect and make new connections, because again, it's not always in the workflow. We are moving in a new time and new space to where we have the power, we have the authority to create what it is that we want to experience in life. But you do have to know, you do have to grow personally to grow professionally. So even if you're growing professionally, if you are not growing personally, those are like, it's the same. It's parallel to one another. Saturday where? We'll cut Saturday. Wait, let me look it up. It's gonna be in North Little Rock, where I spoke at her last event. But I'll share that as well. I'll share those details and you will get the D's, but I'll share that again. You are loved. You are loved. Because she shares it all the time as well. So, yeah, so just taking advantage of those opportunities and putting yourself, and until you are clear and confident on, what you want to do, how you want to move, and your ability to do it, like your total confidence in it, then you can get out there and network and seek new opportunities for yourself. So you don't have to, and even in your own business, you gonna hang in a balance. Anything when you're dealing with someone else and it's not just you, it's a risk, it's an opportunity, and we can just hope for the best. But always keep the faith. Always believe in yourself and believe in those opportunities that is going to happen, those doors that's gonna open, even if you have to create the door. But you have to believe in yourself enough to know that, so you don't feel as overwhelmed, because it still is. I stress, I deal with whatever, but it's for that moment. It's the human in me. I'm going to, feel things. I'm going to think about things, but you best believe I'm not going to stay there. I am going to continue on to press forward, because that's what we want to do. So the fourth way, to navigate in uncertain ways, is getting clear on your the next steps, and being intentional about it. So all this goes in work and information you got to know for yourself, because sometimes it's not given to you, it's not clear to you. So that's the work you have to do in yourself. And when you are finding and defining who you are, those answers going to come to you. It's going to come to you because it's part of the process. And we always like to say we trust the process. So yes, let's trust the process and be engaged in the process and get the information that we need for us to stand in truth and operate in integrity of who we are. No matter what, that's the thing. Being able to always persevere and, push forward no matter what happens. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, let's see. So getting clear, getting that clarity. And one thing that I had to, and I still do, I can overthink and break down stuff. So it's no more breaking down to go. Just so I'm absolutely clear on what it is that I need. It is a sacred process, but it's a scared process. I thought you said sacred. It can be sacred, and it's a scared process. Oh, most definitely. And especially if you don't have the answers. And sometimes if you don't have the support, or someone that's asking you those questions or putting things in perspective to help evoke or provoke those thoughts, so you are able to, get the information you need. And sometimes it don't come easy. It does not come easy, but it definitely can happen. It definitely can. So we want to be clear. And then lastly, the fifth is investing in yourself personally and professionally. You have to do the work, whether it's your time, your finance, your money, just like going to college, whatever you're doing to elevate. You have to be in a place where you are willing to invest in who you are and what you need to elevate, because we're forever evolving. The world is changing. We can't be left behind. So you have to continue to elevate and continue to grow in whatever that looks like. You want to be in a place to where you're doing, especially the time to learn what it is, because sometimes if we're not taking the time, we're going to stay caught up in the rut. We're going to stay stuck. And have we become complacent and stagnant in situations and you'll know that you're complacent or you're stagnant when, number one, you're not feeling fulfilled, you're not growing, you're not being challenged in the work that you do. So you want to be growing, you want to elevate. Again, time changes, and then you grow. You personally want more for yourself than what is required of you to do. And if that's the case, that's the good Lord within you that's pushing you to be better and be more of what you can. That's about reaching your full potential, or being engaged in reaching your full potential, or you won't feel fulfilled. You will feel a disconnect, and you will question yourself about your purpose and what am I here for, if you're not being pulled and stretched and challenged in that way, and you're just in a comfort zone, but you're still making it, but you're not at peace with that. That's because it's more to you than, again, what you're required to do to just survive. So we want to take that time. We want to do the work that's necessary. We want our time. Time is precious. Time is of an essence, and we know how important it is. And it is a thing. It is where we trade our time for money, and we're not even fulfilled, but it gets the bills paid. So we just continue to operate in that way. So we want to elevate. We want to learn who we are. Overcome any obstacles that stand in our way. We want to know the value of who we are and value who we are. And then we want to elevate and evolve. I don't know. I'm going to have to do the E like in the sign language. Yeah, survival mode. That's all, we know, and that's how we operate, is, just surviving. But that feeling of wanting more is us having a desire to thrive, and are we willing to do what it takes to thrive in who we are? Because it all comes down to knowing who you are, truly, like truly knowing who you are. So anytime anybody have any question about you, or what you're about, what you bring, what you do, like you can have a conversation about it, and you're gonna be able to express it in a way that a person is going to know who you are. So that is a freedom. That is it's peace, it's inner peace. It is confirmation of who you are, who you created to be, and it's a testimony. And I always I think about, how would it be if we are who we are, and we're operating in our full potential, and we're networking, we are together, we're growing together, and we're improving, and we are contributing to our community, we're contributing to our families, and we're just operating in that greatness. That's just It make me smile because it just it's tangible. It can happen, it can, but it depends on the individual. It can, but I can't do it for everyone. I wish I could, but I can't, and I understand that. And working with me, that's what it's about. Like, I can't do what I know you need to do for yourself, but I'm here to support you. I'm here to guide you in any type of way for us to get where we need to be. So we're not just surviving, but we are thriving. And no matter what, no one can put us in a position or in a situation to where our world crashes, or we just think it's no way out, or we don't even have nothing in us, or it's something like you don't know what to do next. When you have so much value already, you bring so much experience, you have skills, it's something, you have so much to offer. I'm going to say that. But it's all a mind. It's all your mindset. It's all your belief and, who you are and what you're able to do. So we just, that's what we want to, focus on. And again, I have free clarity calls. If it's just to get clarity and just in that time, you may get the answers that you need, or you may want to go further and work with me on a one-on-one coaching. This is available for you. It's to you and for you, because that's what I want. That is what my calling, that is how I'm aligned personally and professionally. Not just from a personal level. We need that too. That's how we can get caught up in the emotional overwhelm of life and just finding a balance and work in life and just being at peace with ourselves in that everyday walk, everyday life, that we're going to deal with whether we want to. But by the grace of God, if we wake up to the next day, we got a new day of doing that. And it just repeats itself. But how are you handling that? How are you all handling, where you are at right now? Are we all good? Like, do you all know anyone that has are going through transitions, or just don't know, or they're looking for a transition in their career, whether it's forced or they just want to do it? Like, what's going on in your professional lives? Do you feel stagnant, complacent, or where you should be and need to be? How are y'all feeling? Or how many leaders do I have on here that you're a leader? Whether it's your personal life, do you identify as a leader in your personal life or your professional life? Anyone's? Let me go through here too. I don't know if my bad connection. I'm trying to see. I'm looking for engagement now. So we're just going to recap. What we just went over. I don't know how I feel about our new little, the avatars, the 5 steps. You are a leader. Yes, you are. You are a leader. And you're a great leader too, might I add. You're a great leader. Ever since I've known you, ever since we met a long time ago, you've always been in a leadership role, whether it was human resources or management. Good, good. Any other leaders on here? What are your roles? What is your role position? Even if you're doing your own thing, what are you doing? Anyone? You're welcome. So recapping the 5, I can't wait for you to be a guest either. That will be coming soon. We will get in it because I am I'm not gonna say transition. I'm expanding my work, from just personal. And I've started out with that professional growth as well. But now more time than ever, it's very important for us to be in alignment, not just spiritually and personally, but also professionally, because that's a 3-strand cord. That is one thing that is the core of who we are as well. You are a leader. You was my leader at one point. So once a leader, always a leader. And to manage projects, that take leadership skills as well, just to be able to manage that. So I'm not gonna let you sell yourself short on here. Not on Ginger's Love. Not if I have some personal insight to you. So thank you, thank you. So yeah, and we have that, we have it, and I've seen it, and especially, being in a role of leadership myself, I see the potential that we have, and I've always wanted, I had a heart to bring that out. Just like personally, I have a heart to bring out the best of us and operate in our full potential. I needed to do it. I needed to do it for myself, and I wanted, because I have a heart to help, and I have a heart for, to want us to be at peace with our life and what we're doing, and just know the greatness that God has shown me that we are just in His creation. Like, that is my mission. That is my, purpose. And through my life journey, this is the path that I've been on, and me being able to reflect on that, this is where I align. This is where I align, and I love it. Like, once I identified and accepted me for me, once I was able to do that, like, everything is purposeful. Everything is fulfilling, because I am in alignment with who I am spiritually, personally, and professionally. And it wasn't an easy thing. I mean, it was a lifelong process up until to the point that I actually started to use my voice and open up and just speak my heart and my mind, and, learn to articulate what it is that I'm doing and what I want to do. And if you've been following me, and you can attest to this as well, if you have been following me here on my platform. So, yeah, and it's just growth, and I love it, and I learned to love the journey through the goods, bads, through the tears, all of that, because it does come. I smile. It's who I am. I'm going to smile. No, even in the hardest times and the sign, like, I still smile, and I thank God for that. That's all glory to God there. So I love it. So in those, if you want to just navigate your career uncertainty with purpose, that is what we're doing. We're not going to panic. We're going to always lead with purpose. We're going to identify our own unique value and know what that is. And spelling out, you can do the LOVE. And expanding your network and seeking new opportunities. Anything that you're doing, seeking. If you're seeking for who you are, you're seeking for purpose. It's the first step is to seek. It's to have that curiosity. And then, get clear on what your next steps is, and what intentional action you need to take. And then invest in yourself personally or professionally, whatever you need, or both. Because that is part of your growth. That's part of embodying love, is embodying who you are. That's self-love. And in order for us to love our neighbors the way that we love ourselves, we got to love ourselves. And how we love ourselves? Well, how I love myself is listening and seeing what God was showing me, who I am in Him. And so with that, that was like my recipe, my foundation to where I am now, and my confidence and my clarity. And I'm here to help you do the same thing. So we don't have to be pulled. We don't have to continue to be pulled in all different directions. We don't have to be stuck. We don't have to be complacent, stagnant. We don't have to be any of those things. It's just about a choice that you make with where you are in your life. And I meet you where you are. I'm not here. I don't judge anyone. I really have an understanding, heart and mind about where we are, our differences, and I'm just here for us all to win. And like, I know a lot of leaders. I know a lot of people that are in position, whether, they are in management or they are just in leadership, or they are their own boss. These are the people that I'm connected to, and I just want us all, like I say, it's opportunity for all to connect, collaborate, and grow together. Do anyone have any questions for me? Anything you want to add to the topic, or ways, additional ways that we can navigate uncertainty with purpose? Anything that you can add from a leader's insight? Hey, Aunt Betty. From a leader's insight, whether it's personal leadership or, professional leadership. What would you give someone in these certain times to have navigated with purpose? Navigating uncertainty with purpose. Because we cannot fail. If God is with us, if God is with us, who can be against us? Ourselves. And that's not what we're doing. We got to understand the assignment. And that is knowing your purpose. Your purpose is who you are and what you bring to the table. And if you don't know, that's where you start. Hello. We had a little bad connection earlier, and it was my fault, come to find out. Once I did a little more, once I did a little technical troubleshooting, I realized it was my fault. But it's all good. We are back. I try to love everything and love most. Country club waitress loved that, but didn't like the split shifts. Yeah, I'm real picky about my time. JCPenney Front Street Men's Department. I remember JCPenney. I don't remember Country Club, but I do remember JCPenney. Newport Police Department, New Adventure, Arkansas State Police. Loved it. Stayed. Yes, you did, and retired. Did beauty school while working. I remember that. I remember did hair on days off, but stayed the longest, 27 years. Hey. Know yourself, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone tell you you can't. Bloop. I love it. Yes. What, Mom, what would you give? What way or advice would you give someone navigating uncertain times with career transition, job loss, or even retirement? Like, what would you advise? And anyone that's, again, from a leadership insight, I want to see what do we have to add on? I work in New Hustle before I moved to Ohio. Okay. Newport Hospital. What did you do, Annie? Because what we want to do, you all, is really do what truly matters to us, and find the purpose in that, and find the, ways where you can capitalize on that. Just like how other people see how they can capitalize on what we have to offer. Okay, nurse aide, caretaker. So it's just in our nature. I think we gonna help in some shape, form, or fashion. And I love that. I love that we have that heart to help someone else. Even when we're helping ourselves, we have that heart. And that's a lot. That means a lot. Okay, well, we got a couple of more minutes here. I'm just checking the comments. I thank you all for joining as always. It's always a joy. That's great. Yes, something about helping someone. Just how in whichever way that you can. It's something fulfilling about that. Hey, Jazzy. Thank you. I miss you. Yes, I do believe we are built to care and nurture. Jazzy, you in management too, aren't you? I think I seen a while back you in management. Yeah, yeah, we wrapping up. I'm just getting insight from the leaders amongst us that hold leadership roles and with these uncertain times that we're navigating and just in that purpose and what we have to offer and what we bring to the table. What are we can advise anyone in those transitions as a leader? Yes, your system lending manager. I love it. I love those roles, that we have as leaders because that is what we are. And we got to step in that and own it and like I say and capitalize on it because it's something to be a leader. That's a calling all in itself to even be able to rise to that. That mean there's a lot of skills, come with that. A lot of value. And our girl B, she just got, I think, was it Dish General Manager? So big congratulations. Friend. Friend be in there doing her thizzle. I love it. Okay, loves. It has been wonderful. Again, I hope y'all have a good night. You are love. I'm love. God is love, and we can change the world with love. Just being our lovely selves. Just being our great selves. And so I will be back again Monday for another night. Well, Monday night of Ginger's Love. Until next time, y'all have a good night. I love you all. And if you know anyone, jump on a clarity call with me so we can get in alignment and make sure we're ready for our next move or wherever it may be. Ellie, a little bit. Okay, good night, loves. I love you too.